Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be 49 words all starting with P. If you like this video, please give me big thumbs up. If not, hit the subscribe button anyway. Haha. Let's just get into it.
Permeate. Pernicious. Perquisite. Petulant. Philistine. Placate. Plaintive. Platitude. Plebeian. Plethora. Poignant. Polarize. Polemic. Ponderous. Portent. Postulate. Precept. Precipitate. Precipitous. Preclude. Precursor. Predilection. Preempt. Premise. Prepossess. Prerogative. Prevail. Pristine. Prodigal. Prodigious. Prodigy. Profane. Profess. Profligate. Proletariat. Promulgate. Propensity. Propitious. Proprietary. Propriety. Prosaic. Proscribe. Proselytize. Protagonist. Protract. Provident. Provisional. Purported. Putative.
それでは、10個ずつ、イメトレ、定義、例文を流します。頑張ってね。
Permeate. Pernicious. Perquisite. Petulant. Philistine. Placate. Plaintive. Platitude. Plebeian. Plethora.
Permeate. To spread or seep through. To penetrate. Money values permeate every aspect of our existence. Pernicious. Deadly. Extremely evil. The cuts in government funding have had a pernicious effect on local health services. Perquisite. A privilege that goes along with a job. A perk. Politics in Britain used to be the perquisite of the property-owning classes. Petulant. Rude. Cranky. Ill-tempered. She could be wayward, petulant, and disagreeable. Philistine. A smugly ignorant person with no appreciation of intellectual or artistic matters. I wouldn't expect a Philistine like you to understand my paintings. Placate. To pacify. To appease. To soothe. A series of meetings are planned to placate big institutional investors. Plaintive. Expressing sadness or sorrow. There was a plaintive cry from a crushed passenger in the rear of the bus. Platitude. A dull or trite remark. A cliché. He was mouthing the usual platitudes about the need for more compassion. Plebeian. Common. Vulgar. Low class. He retained a plebeian taste in food and drink. Plethora. An excess. The plethora of rules and regulations is both contradictory and confusing.
Poignant. Polarize. Polemic. Ponderous. Portent. Postulate. Precept. Precipitate. Precipitous. Preclude.
Poignant. Painfully emotional. Extremely moving. sharp or astute. A poignant but erroneous cliché has made its way into journalism over the past few years. Polarize. To break up into opposing factions or groupings. Public opinion polarized into completely opposite opinions on the issue of mercy killing. Polemic. A powerful argument often made to attack or refute a controversial issue. Her speech was memorable for its polemic rather than its substance. Ponderous. So large as to be clumsy, massive, dull. John quickly fell asleep during the ponderous movie. Portent. An omen, a sign of something coming in the future. The event proved to be a portent of the disaster that was to come. Postulate. Something accepted as true without proof. An axiom. Even if we postulate that she had a motive for the murder, that still doesn't mean she did it. Precept. A rule to live by. A principle establishing a certain kind of action or behavior. A maxim. A precept that underlies much of Western thought is that people will by nature seek freedom and strive for liberty. Precipitate. To cause to happen abruptly. An invasion would certainly precipitate a political crisis. Precipitous. Steep. The stock market's precipitous drop frightened foreign investors. Preclude. To prevent something from ever happening. We try to preclude any possibility of misunderstanding.
Precursor. Predilection. Preempt. Premise. Prepossess. Prerogative. Prevail. Pristine. Prodigal. Prodigious.
Precursor. Forerunner. Something that goes before and anticipates or paves the way for whatever it is that follows. So far he may be fairly called the precursor of later utilitarianism. Predilection. A natural preference for something. Ever since she was a child, she has had a predilection for spicy food. Preempt. To see something by prior right. Better preempt to keep the opponents from bidding. Premise. An assumption. The basis for a conclusion. The basic premise is that they think they know better than anyone else. Prepossess. To preoccupy. To influence beforehand or prejudice. To make a good beforehand. I was quite prepossessed by his appearance. Prerogative. A right or privilege connected exclusively with a position, a person, a class, a nation, or some other group or classification. Education was once the prerogative of the elite. Prevail. To triumph. To overcome rivals. Can all our efforts towards morality prevail over the forces of evil? Pristine. Original. Unspoiled. Pure. He wore a charcoal gray business suit, with a pristine white shirt and maroon silk tie. Prodigal. Wastefully extravagant. Nature is prodigal in variety, but niggard in innovation. Prodigious. Extraordinary. Enormous. Some galaxies seem to release prodigious amounts of energy.
Prodigy. Profane. Profess. Profligate. Proletariat. Promulgate. Propensity. Propitious. Proprietary. Propriety.
Prodigy. An extremely talented child. An extraordinary accomplishment or occurrence. I was something of a child prodigy. Profane. Not having to do with religion. Irreverent. Blasphemous. College officials expressed concern over profane language used in the play. Profess. To declare. To declare falsely or pretend. Firms profess to be unworried by a recession, since whiskey they make now cannot be sold for years anyway. Profligate. Extravagantly wasteful and, usually, wildly immoral. Their profligate lifestyle resulted in bankruptcy. Proletariat. The industrial working class. The proletariat was hardly more impressed by the manifesto. Promulgate. To proclaim. to publicly or formally declare something. The federal government promulgated the Clean Water Act and the Clean Air Act. Propensity. A natural inclination or tendency. A predilection. The propensity to hooliganism is inherent in every society. Propitious. Marked by favorable signs or conditions. The omens for the game are still not propitious. Proprietary. Characteristic of an owner of property. Constituting property. We had to take action to protect the proprietary technology. Propriety. Properness. Good manners. The way tourists stress offends local standards of propriety.
Prosaic. Proscribe. Proselytize. Protagonist. Protract. Provident. Provisional. Purported. Putative. Prosaic. Dull. Unimaginative. Like prose, as opposed to poetry. My diary entries are filled with prosaic happenings. Proscribe. To outlaw. To prohibit. The act proscribes discrimination on the grounds of race. Proselytize. Oh, convert someone from one religion or doctrine to another. To recruit converts to a religion or doctrine. I assured him we didn't come here to proselytize. Protagonist. The leading character in a novel, play, or other work. A leader or champion. Life is like a theater. Everyone is the protagonist of its own drama. Protract. To prolong. We won victory through protracted struggle. Provident. Preparing for the future. Providing for the future. Frugal. After I racked up credit card debt, I realized I needed to be more provident with my money. Provisional. Conditional. Temporary. Tentative. The woman's provisional medical coverage paid for only a few procedures in the first year. Purported. Rumored. Claimed. The purported rumors were proven untrue, and the man who made the allegations against the celebrity was asked to apologize. Putative. Commonly accepted. Supposed. Reputed. The film's putative conclusion led me to believe the hero would return in a sequel.
お疲れ様でした。眠ってしまっている人はいませんか？それでは、クイズの時間です。
Now, tell me the definition of each word before I move on to the next one. Are you ready?
Permeate. Pernicious. Perquisite. Petulant. Philistine. Placate. Plaintive. Platitude. Plebeian. Plethora. Poignant. Polarize. Polemic. Ponderous. Portent. Postulate. Precept. Precipitate. Precipitous. Preclude. Precursor. Predilection. Preempt. Premise. Prepossess. Prerogative. Prevail. Pristine. Prodigal. Prodigious. Prodigy. Profane. Profess. Profligate. Proletariat. Promulgate. Propensity. Propitious. Proprietary. Propriety. Prosaic. Proscribe. Proselytize. Protagonist. Protract. Provident. Provisional. Purported. Putative.
Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye!